Every time the group of guys at a ride would stop at a fuel station, we've all got to compare to see who bought the most amount of gas to fill up their sled. I think it's a snowmobiler thing to compare one buddy's sled against another to see if they've done something better or not. Now, but the only thing worse than being the guy who had to buy the most fuel to fill up their sled, and I'm usually that guy, is the guy that ran out of gas on the way into the station. And I've been that guy too. To help solve the problem of running out, tourbuddy has been producing these auxiliary fuel tanks for snowmobiles since 1996. Let me show you how it works. Think of this jar as your main fuel tank, and this one over here is your tourbuddy. Now I'm going to be the engine and pull a vacuum out of the main fuel line here that would normally feed the engine. As I do, there's a vacuum created in the tank that begins to draw fuel out of the auxiliary. You can see the fuel being drawn into the main from the second tank, even though I'm not pulling fuel directly from it. On the sled, the second auxiliary tank is connected to the vent line of the main tank. Then the whole system is simply vented out the tourbuddy. This takes the fuel out of the second tank first, before it begins to drain the main. To install the tourbuddy on this Polaris, the tank is mounted to the rear of the tunnel just under the back of the seat. So the kit provides all the mounting hardware and drilling instructions to locate it firmly in place. First, the seat must be removed to get access to the bare tunnel for routing the lines and to remove the trunk door, which won't get reused. Next, the two fuel lines must be run through the channel running under the stock tank. One carries the fuel, the other becomes the vent. The instructions are easy to follow and explain every step clearly. Connect the feed line of the tourbuddy into what was the vent barb on the main tank. Then splice together the second line into the original vent hose. Out back, the tank can now be fastened into position. 4 holes will have to be drilled in the tunnel to mount the tank. With careful measurements and attention to the instructions, you'll be able to locate them easily without drilling in the wrong spot. The whole installation takes about an hour and can be done with simple hand tools. And on this Polaris Fusion, the tourbuddy adds almost 11 liters of fuel, and that could just make all the difference.